Episode of the Roguish Gent Livecast. I am Fecka Jones, CHECAJONES on all social media. We are here today live, of course, from 151 Wesley Avenue, otherwise known as Offbeat Jackson. Shout out to DJ Venom for letting us do this show here. Shout out to my producer E Wright, IFG Film Group, and yeah, we're here. 151 Wesley Avenue is a record store, a art gallery, and all that good stuff right here in Midtown. Some people call it the North End. That's what it is. Some people call it Midtown. That's what it is as well now. All right, so you know how we do it. We have a guest. We're going to actually bring on Jackson's logical president, well, of the board, Jeffrey Graves. Excuse my Negro lips. And he's going to talk about, give us an update about the zoo and everything. We were supposed to have a zoo video. We're going to have it next week. Some stuff happened, couldn't bring it, but yeah, we're going to have that here. And what we always do when we're in Offbeat, we sell a little bit of swag here. So what we have here is the new Offbeat Summer Series, the Red Cup Kickback. It's going to be hosted by, well, and DJ Young Venom and DJ Break 'em Off. They basically spin, and we have a good time on Sundays. It's a part of the Own God Jew line. You can see it right here with the patch. This is a crop top. How much is this crop top? 15. This crop top is $15, and you can buy this at Offbeat. They also sell, only at Offbeat. They also sell a little bit of vinyl here. That's my dog. I finally brought him. I'm going to pet him while he's here. But they sell a little bit of vinyl here. Right here, we have the classic Michael Jackson Off the Wall album. And you know what? I don't even know if this is a hot take, but Off the Wall is better than Thriller. And I'm not even sure if that's a hot take, but yeah, it is. Featuring Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, everything like that. Everybody knows Michael Jackson. Had a fro, like a little bow tie. That's a horrible picture. All right, this is also the Cool Kids. So the Cool Kids, they are a group from Detroit, Chuck English and Mikey Rocks. This is actually their first album, and they re-released it. They actually have one coming out again, and I used to be a really big Cool Kids fan. They had this song called 88 Mags, and they do like a really lo-fi, like 80s sound, and it's really cool. If you play 2K, you've heard Pennies plenty of times, and you know exactly who these guys are. Mikey Rocks had this song called Reservations that was pretty cool too, and that was early Tiana Taylor when she wasn't really, I don't know if she was, well, she was still performing, but yeah, early Tiana Taylor. And Offbeat also sells art and figures, and we have something really special right here. This is for the shoe heads and the hype beasts. It's not anything Supreme. I'm sorry, guys. We don't have any Supreme bandanas or anything like that here. But do have a Nike Mag Air Girl right here. This is a figure. It's about 6 inches. Very buxom. Yeah, she's very shapely. But yeah, this is if you know anything about shoes or anything about any kind of hype stuff, you know about the Nike Mags. And I'm not sure who released this figure, but this is a figure, and it's obviously sponsored by Nike if they released it and they're selling it. But yeah, this is the Nike Mag Girl figure. You can buy this at Offbeat as well. All right, so that's enough of that. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break so we can get everything set up, and we're going to have Jeffrey Graves on, and we're going to talk about the zoo a little bit. So make sure you stay tuned to the Roguish Gent Livecast.
Do you have a special event coming up? Want to promote your special event, occasion, or announcement more efficiently? Tired of wasting money on flyers that people just throw on the ground and you're left with extra? Well, say no more. We here at Digital Imprint Solutions have a solution to make advertising for your next event easy and less stressful. Our in-business display screens are guaranteed to get your message out to patrons while they are shopping, getting groomed, or just relaxing. High-quality displays and easy visibility make this possible to do, and it's now available to you at an affordable cost in multiple locations. The process is easy. Just log on to our website, fill out the form, and update with your payment information. And your special event will be rolled out within a few hours of approval. So try something different. Go digital. Visit our website and begin saving money on promotions today. www.digiimprintsolutions.com.
Hey, and welcome back to the Roguish Gent Livecast. As you saw there, that was Digital Imprint Solutions, one of our sponsors, as well as 242 Creative, minority-owned content creation company located here in Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to both of those companies as well. Thank y'all for supporting the. I want to say move the movement so bad. Like, I'm moving the movement because I used to really like Joel Santana and stuff like that, but we're not going to say that now. But okay, so cool. All right, so we have a very special guest in the building today. And what I'm going to do is I always do. We let our guests kind of introduce themselves. I'm going to let you come over, son. You can come over, son. Yeah.
I don't want to be that close to you.
Man, you know, you fine. You fine. I took a bath the other day, so.
You smell good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so I have. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What am I guess I'm introducing myself as me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jeff Graves. I think I'm here tonight to talk about the zoo. I know Mel would like to slide a few other things in there. I'm gonna try to keep it
We're gonna
focused.
Keep it PG. We're gonna keep it PG-13.
Can we curse?
We can curse. You can say I can't curse because my mama watches. But you can curse.
My mom not watching. I could say.
Yeah, okay. I gotta say F word and stuff like that.
I'm gonna drop it, but you may hear some of all that, man.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so we got Jeff Graves in the building. He is actually, and it was my error. He is not only on the zoo board, he's the president. I'm not only a member. I'm the president. Oh no, I'm not only the president. I'm a member. You remember that commercial?
I like it as a member. Can I just be a member tonight?
Yeah, you can just be a member.
Okay. We're gonna do that.
Yeah. All right. So Jeff in the building. What's been up with you, man? Just day-to-day stuff.
I'm unemployed now, man. I'm nothing really. I'm looking for work. Anybody, got some legal work they need done. I will work for money.
Yeah. I was unemployed one time, and then I got a job.
And now what? You unemployed again?
Probably. pretty soon.
So I probably did what you did today, man. You know?
I mean, no, I worked today, but
I didn't do much work today.
Oh, okay.
I was looking forward I was prepared for this, man.
Yeah, and you know what? It's gonna be a really informative interview because you hear so much stuff about the zoo, and it's kind of like a hot button issue right now. And a lot of people are really passionate and everything, and we just kind of want to hear like, hey, this person has direct knowledge of what's going on. He's in these meetings. How long have you been with the board?
I think this is my third year.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think October makes my third year on the board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I know last week on my Facebook page I was kind of like, hey, I'm gonna just go to the zoo, and
yeah, that was some cool shit too.
Yeah, man. And like after a couple people were like, oh, no, and it was crazy. It was just like I just wanted to go because I had been since 2000. Like I had been.
Damn.
I had been since like Reed's, Tees, and Bowls.
Dude, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that's some old stuff right there. But yeah, man, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go, and then like a lot of people decided, hey, we're gonna go, and it just kind of turned into a thing, and like me and like 20 other people were just up there hanging around at the zoo on a Sunday, and I gotta say, because on the post you even had naysayers like, man, don't go to the zoo and everything. Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm gonna check it out because I haven't seen it in 18 years. I was I wouldn't say surprised, but I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of fun, and it was just a group of people. We walked through, we read a lot of information, and we had a really good time. So let me ask you this: why do you think the zoo kind of gets that reputation?
Well, you get the media, of course, when they do any negative story. I mean, most of how it goes. They target, especially if crime happens in a certain area. They if it's Jackson State, we got to say it was Jackson State. If it was 10 miles around Jackson State, it's Jackson State. I mean, that's just how the media does. I think you mold those kind of stories, and that shit goes on for so long. I mean, it becomes a reality to most people, especially when you don't go.
Yeah.
So if you don't go, you don't know any better, and that's kind of what I think the people that say, well, it's not worth your time, worth your money. Those are people that probably don't spend a lot of time at the zoo.
Yeah, because people are like, man, save your money. I'm like it's $6. I mean, it's $10, buddy. Like, come on,
it's pretty damn cheap.
Yeah, like I'm not like about to spend $50 to get into a zoo. But yeah, like we were there, and it was really fun. And it was a lot of families there, and people. One thing I noticed just going in, y'all had kind of like a water park. Well, not a water park, but
the splash pad.
Yeah, the splash pad now. And I know that wasn't there when I was there. Let me ask you this, and this is I want to know this. What happened to the train, man?
The train.
Because that train is connected to a lot of people's childhood.
I don't want to misstate because I feel like I'm not representing the zoo tonight. I'm here as Jeff tonight, not the board president. So anything I say, please don't fire me or hold it against me. My zoo people. But I want to say the zoo became an issue with the person that owned the train, which is from what I'm hearing, like a small family who owned the train, maintained it, ran the maintenance on it. I mean, I think the father passed away. I may be getting way too deep into that, but the father passed away or some shit like that, and the daughter took it over and was like, I ain't. Okay, y'all got to make this look good for me. No, I'm joking.
Okay, I was gonna say.
But seriously though, I mean, but you're in a situation where you deal with another company who owns the train, maintains it. So when they decide either they don't want to continue doing that, then you got to take on the cost, which of course I'm sure we really can't do that now. So, that's still in the making. I'm pretty sure the train will be back by the end of the summer. Don't hold that against me, but I think it will.
Because look, when everybody in that group was like, "Yo, what a train is," and I already knew the train, wasn't running, but like it's amazing how like Jackson is, a mid-sized city, but a lot of people here have shared the same experiences, and it's like one thing about the Jackson Zoo is giraffes and trains.
Yeah.
So
that's still there. The train will be back, man. The train's coming back.
Breaking news.
Choo-choo. Train coming back. Choo-choo.
The train coming back. All right. So train coming back. So let's get into it. So when you got onto the zoo board and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just referencing that because you're on it, but since we're talking about the zoo, was I'm going to call it excitement.
Yeah.
That we've experienced in the past 3 months about the zoo. Was that anywhere to be found in?
No.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem. It's good people are interested now, but it's almost like we needed this kind of energy and enthusiasm years ago.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what that's the decision. The decision comes down to the fact that you really can't sustain the zoo with the attendance you got, the budget you got, and so you got to start looking at how to fix those things.
Yeah, because I know y'all. So as far as the budget goes, like, where do y'all receive like the most money, or from who?
Damn, I told you no tough questions, man.
Oh well, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. I mean, not like individuals or anything, but like like how y'all private donors. Yeah. Like the state. Yeah, Does the state give y'all any money?
The state through bonds, we do get bond money from time to time from the state. They do it, but most of that money, man, most of the money you get from the city, the city gives a big part. That's about $1 million a year on average.
Yeah,
they fall somewhere under that. You got big body agreement, the lease agreement. A part of that agreement is the city gives the at a minimum $880,000 a year.
Yeah.
And that agreement's been in place for I know it maybe 10, 15 years. I think it's been revised a couple of times, but the city's on the hook for about 880 a year, so that's close to $1 million you get. And they do pay that whatever they commit to in the budget year, they pay that, and we get that money every year.
Okay.
State money comes from bonds, and we got lobbying efforts where we try to get money for certain things. But most of what you see is them giving the zoo money. And even when they say improvements, that's like underground improvements. And people, what you don't see when you go to the zoo is the behind the scenes. I mean, you see the exhibit where you say, "Want some landscaping? We cut some grass, put some flowers over there, make it look pretty." Well, it's some shit behind there that's probably like $1 million. There's cages and holding cells, because you got to treat these animals, feed them, separate them. I mean, so it's a whole nother process that's not been revealed unless you get. I had the benefit of having the behind the scenes tour when I came on the board, and that's when you really see where the real money is spent, man. There's so much more money that is below the ground, really.
And that's something we're not supposed to see anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we don't work there.
Yeah.
It's an attraction for us.
Exactly.
But this is actually something that you have to make sure we enjoy.
Yeah.
So how much does it cost to a baseline? And if you don't know the exact figures,
I don't have a clue.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say how much does it cost to run the zoo?
Jesus. No, you could probably get I'll say the budget. I mean, I really can't tell you that. I can tell you that the budget we have now is like a bare bones budget. Like it's barely. I mean,
ain't no fish fries going on.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So every month, I mean, the money you get is from the bigger fundraisers. You got Zoo Party, Zoo Brew, ice cream. What's the ice cream?
Ice cream safari.
Ice cream safari.
July 17th.
See you at the zoo.
24th, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so you get those type of things that help, but I mean, that's just enough you get because you got about a staff of 35 to 40 people.
Yeah.
And they get benefits to the extent they can. So I mean, it's an operational budget, but it's also you gotta think about I mean, these aren't people you could just go pick up and apply at McDonald's. I mean, these are specialists, vets, and it's that type of operation you got going.
One thing I kind of find annoying is, so a news station here, and I don't want to ruffle any fellas. They did a thing hey, what's going on with the zoo? And one lady was like, I don't like going because the animals be asleep. And I'm like, but bro, you can't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you want to jump over the fence and attack somebody?
There's nothing you can really do about this. And it's kind of y'all had to edit this.
Yeah.
So you seen this plenty of time where you could have said, you know what, I'm not going to leave that in here. Where did the notion that the zoo doesn't have any animals came from? Where do you think it came from? Because it's kind of, that's one thing I heard, and when I went there and I was like, oh, it's something in every exhibit.
Yeah, the running joke was there's a zebra.
Yeah.
But again, that comes from people that's not. You clearly aren't going if you can't name the animals that's there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So think about who we talk about. The people that go, no, but the story gets out there because people like that start talking about it, stop going, and we actually have lost animals from the time. I mean, I'm sure I remember lions and elephants.
Yeah, I remember elephants.
But those are really exotic, expensive animals. And that's not a problem, or not even a problem, but that's not something that's exclusive to the Jackson Zoo where you don't see those more exotic animals anymore. Just because, they're more endangered. Which I got to realize the zoo is for conservation.
Yeah.
Recreation is second or third on the list of priorities for any zoo. It's to conserve animals. So, which is more of a public policy thing, So when people talk about it, the city buying in, the state buying in, what they should be. That's what animal conservation is. It's not really a recreational tool. I think that's collateral to what the purpose of a zoo.
Benjamin Brock Martin asked, "Where them red pandas at?"
The red pandas are all. I'm pretty sure it's 30 red pandas in there.
Yeah, when we went, they were just asleep.
They were chilling. Y'all went at a bad time, bro. It was Sunday. It's the Lord's Day.
Yeah. You supposed to be looking at no animals.
It's Happy Sabbath, man.
Yeah. Jonathan Ridgely asked, what happened? Well, what happened to grants for the zoo, but we just talked about that, right?
What happened to what now?
What happened to grants for the zoo?
The zoo still gets grants from time to time, but unfortunately, a lot of that stuff has to go through the city, which God bless them. We're slow sometimes.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
understand. Listen, I went to the city
Uh,
to get permits for a business I opened up, and like they were still using like line printers and like
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, bro, this.
And then it's got to go through this person who
Yeah.
got to get it signed by this person who got an assistant, holding
Yeah.
his cell phone who can't sign nothing, but she just taking phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm sorry, City. I love y'all.
Oh, I'm for real. That process needs, but that's just a city thing anyway. That's just how it is. Like city,
Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, but seriously, we got. I mean, because of the exhibits and because it's old. I mean, the zoo is almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
So some of those exhibits qualify for like historic grants, and those, which is a part of the conversation going forward, as to when people ask what you do when you leave it behind, well, you take advantage of stuff like that. You repurpose these exhibits, keep the historic nature, qualify for that, and you end up actually giving something to the community that you may be able to get grants for.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the benefit of having the historic aspect of it. But yeah, the zoo gets grants. It's just slow sometimes, man.
Jonathan Ridge, this is going to be the last we're going to take before the break. Jonathan Ridge also asked, do you think the zoo has bad marketing?
I think the zoo has limited marketing. I think with what we got really good marketing. I don't know if y'all see the flyers, brochures, posts. I mean, it's pretty high quality graphic going on for free. Shout out to Mad Genius. I don't even know who works at Mad Genius, who that company is, but they do every major event we have in kind, which is huge because for the amount of print we got, the amount of press you put behind that. But that's the type of stuff we need to have a, A plus, grade A type marketing scheme. So
Let me ask you this. Um, and we're gonna ask this before we go to break. So, from a person that's inside and that does all this stuff with it and everything like that, and a person like that deals directly with the zoo, what direction would you like to see the zoo take in like the next, like, let's just say like 5 years?
a progressive one, man.
Yeah.
Um, because like I said, the focus is animal conservation, right? But you need money to do that. The government, especially a broke government, can only give so much money. We're in a broke state and a broke city. So to the extent that you expect them to give something, well, how much can they give when there's so many other things that take priority over animal conservation? So how do you make up for that? Well, you got to have the recreational aspect of it. So when you can't get attendance, you can't get members, you can't get people in the doors. Well, now you don't have money to really do what you are there to do, which is, care for animals and provide some sort of education to children.
Yeah.
That's really the duty of the zoo. Period. That's really their only focus.
Yeah.
You conserve animals and educate people about them. But in order to keep doing that, man, and have, like you said, bring back the exotic animals, the more sexy looking exhibits, you gotta have recreational dollars.
Man, but and I can say like when I went there, people like I had in my mind people like talking about it like it was gonna be like monkeys being held back by like a chicken wire fence and stuff, and I'm like, bro, like come on now. Like people were really just like, a lot of people were telling me this stuff offline, and I was like, when the last time you been there? Like, well, it's been a minute. I'm like, but how do you know if it's been 18 years since you've been?
Well, I mean, that's people say that, but you gotta understand what the zoo offers. I mean, you're talking about a zoo that had gold glove or white glove level accreditation 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You had AZA accreditation 2 years ago, that which is apparently is like the gold standard in any zoological,
Yeah.
setting, as far as accreditation. And the only reason we don't have it now is because what people really don't know, the board voted to resign or to not seek further accreditation
Why is it?
because we knew because we lost accreditation for financial reasons. Nothing related to animal care, nothing related to lack of animal care. It literally was because AZA was saying you all can't continue to maintain this zoo at this level with the amount of money we expect you to get from the city.
Ah, okay.
So the board makes a proactive decision that says instead of, it's like resigning. It's like saying we're gonna let you resign instead of firing you. You know, at least you can get another damn job. So the board voted to not even pursue AZA accreditation and take a lower level accreditation. So it's still accredited, but what my point is, you got one of the one of the better conservation entities in the country, just being a member of the AZA, group. And that was true. And I think, the current management group apparently was the first management group to get the zoo there.
Yeah, it's not no who's who of America.
Yeah.
Like, hey, give us $30. You know what I'm saying? Nah, this is like, hey, buddy, this is 10-10.
Right. Yeah. So but that's people. So people say you lost accreditation. Y'all lost accreditation because ain't no animals there. Y'all. That's really the opposite. It's true, man. That's the reason we had accreditation. Yeah. And the lack of support from the city or donors or whatever you want to call it is why we don't have it now.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go take a quick break. We're gonna be right back with y'all. Just sit back, chill out. We're gonna run a couple commercials, and we'll be right back. Roguish Gent Livecast.
Do you have a special event coming up? Want to promote your special event, occasion, or announcement more efficiently? Tired of wasting money on flyers that people just throw on the ground and you're left with extra? Well, say no more. We here at Digital Imprint Solutions have a solution to make advertising for your next event easy and less stressful. Our in-business display screens are guaranteed to get your message out to patrons while they are shopping, getting groomed, or just relaxing. High-quality displays and easy visibility make this possible to do, and it's now available to you at an affordable cost in multiple locations. The process is easy. Just log on to our website, fill out the form, and update with your payment information. And your special event will be rolled out within a few hours of approval. So try something different. Go digital. Visit our website and begin saving money on promotions today. www.digiimprintsolutions.com.
I ain't responsible for the goal.
Whole thing blowed up, no luck, all us probably. Whole state know us, show love, favorites probably. Most days over, ain't on no buzz probably. Whole play ate up, fat bruh, they love probably. Hungry for that realness, you can feel it in your body. Probably. Journey through forever, man, it's all a party answer.
Oh man, I feel alive. Blessings come in disguise, right in front of my eyes. I've been chasing it for a while. I've been blending in with the crowd. Man, that just ain't my style. I've been walking around with my head down, trying to figure it out.
A lot of things have changed. Time has passed. People have grown. I've lost, then won, and lost again. Even in transition, I never forgotten about the ones who never gave up on me. Even tried to carry the ones who did. I've grown as a result. Tired, hungry, lost focus, even doubted my vision. All it took was a reminder. And now we here. Still black. Available now.
Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Roguish Gent Livecast. We are here at 151 Wesley Avenue. My dog is barking, Tiny.
Security.
Tiny.
Security.
But yeah, so we're here with Jeff
Jeff.
Graves.
You can call me Jeff. I like Jeff. You sound better when you say Jeff, man.
Yeah. I said Jeffrey. Jeff.
Yeah, let's do
Jeff.
Jeff. Let's go. We're gonna rock with Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
With the J.
I feel like you know me well. I feel like I know you well enough for you to call me Jeff.
I've been in your home.
Okay.
That's when I met you.
At my house.
Yeah.
First,
we filmed when me and Ty.
Melvin made it to my house on the first date, man.
Yeah. You see it. I'm special. Yeah. But yeah, we filmed that for Tania. Shout out to now the Hearts. Shout out to Tania and Ben, man. They're
touring now. They touring now, man. Through December, I think.
Yeah.
Like from now through December.
Yeah. And Ty was like, hey, you want to help me with a music video? And I'm like, yeah, cool. And then I met you. So yeah. But all right, so we're gonna get back into this Zoo discussion. We're gonna take a couple of questions from the audience. Lindsay Hayes says, why are they so willing to invest into moving the zoo instead of keeping it where it's at? And what's going to happen to the old location, the eyesore I'm sure it's to become if they are to move?
It's an eyesore now. And I mean, really not no shot at you. What's her name?
Her name is Lindsay Hayes.
Lindsay. Not a shot at you at all, but it's an eyesore now. I don't know if you've been by there. Why are people so willing to invest in the move? We got to put it. That's been a big topic of discussion. I think we got to put into perspective. You're talking about a nonprofit organization, first of all.
Okay.
Most nonprofits rely on private donorship, which is to some extent like stock, even though most nonprofit donors don't get much of a return, financially at least. So what you're talking about is people who have committed for years millions of dollars to something that they don't see as being sustainable anymore.
Yeah.
So when they decide, okay, I'm not gonna continue to pour money into a sinking ship, which it is. I mean, the attendance is constantly going down, membership constantly goes down, so of course revenue constantly goes down, which means you have less of an experience to offer people. So when you got your main base, your foundation saying, hey, we gotta do something different. I mean, it's like that's any other business. Basketball, I mean, that's how people get traded. That's business. It's a business decision. It's not about race. It's not about people keep talking about violence in the area. Well, I'm sure that affects the attendance, but that has nothing to do with the zoo's
and I will say
need to move.
Growing up on the west side, I grew up on the west side my entire life.
Yeah.
The west side is a ghost town, right?
Yeah, it's an
really,
eyesore now.
Yeah, like it's really not like this bustling area where people just riding down the street shooting at each other, which a lot of people think because it's a irrational fear, but yeah, it's not just like it's not like a lot of people think.
Yeah, and that's so when you got people talking about, hey, we need $1 million to upgrade this exhibit, or we need $1 million to keep another tiger here. Cause, I mean, we need $1 million to expand our orangutan exhibit so we don't lose them. I mean, when you look at these people and they who have normally given money to the zoo where it is, so we're not talking about people who trying to take it away and they just said we gonna invest over here on the white side of town. These are white people that have been donating millions to the zoo where it is now, as recently as 2 years ago, and some still today. I mean, so that's misinformation, and it's unfortunate that we expect to be able to tell people where to spend their private dollars. I mean, these people writing checks.
Jonathan Ridgely asked, do you find it kind of odd that the zoo wants to move when the heart of the medical complex is coming soon?
That's what we've been hearing. The zoo has been hearing these pioneers. They got a West Jackson master plan. They got a healthcare corridor coming up, Woodrow Wilson. That's all fine, and I hope it all happens, man. I live in the city. I want to see all that shit happen. Please make it happen. But guess what? The zoo don't have 5 years of money to wait on that shit to happen. I mean, it's literally that simple.
Because I heard it 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
We heard it 5 years ago, and if y'all don't recall, which again, like you said, what was in the news, it wasn't in the news when I came on the board. The master plan, was a big ass map, a cool, sexy map, brand new zoo right there.
Yeah.
This was 3 years ago. This is the map I saw 3 years ago, right? So within those 3 years, what you see is a city that's more broke, still losing money with no. I don't see how we gonna make.
It ain't looking too good, man.
We're not gonna go there, but point is, the zoo cannot sustain long enough to see that stuff come to life, man. It just can't. And the zoo really isn't the private developer and shouldn't be charged with developing or being the focus of development in that neighborhood.
What do you think about the city response about the zoo right now?
I think it's unfortunate that they take the position, first of all, that they were uninformed, because now you got people thinking you were blindsided, which feeds into the whole, it's a takeover. The state's going to take it, and the white people are moving it to Flowood. And that's how you get that whole narrative, is because they pretended to not be informed.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we heard the council meeting, and we heard the councilman that said, the zoo got two, like it got two flamingos. And
which means his ass hadn't been there. I'm sorry, damn. Can we edit that out? That means he ain't been to the zoo, bro.
Because again, like again, I had been there 18 years.
I love you, man. I love you, Kenny Stokes. But damn,
I hadn't been there 18 years. When I went there, it was plenty of.
And it still is.
Like it was plenty.
It still is.
Like,
and the animals we don't have aren't really that frequent at any other zoo.
Yeah, like hundreds. Like I'm literally looking at these lemurs, and they just like, one of them had a birthday. Well, two of them had a birthday.
Right.
And they got the little happy birthday,
That's
like
awesome. Exactly.
Tolu or whatever, like on the cage and everything. Like it was. I'm like, okay, this
some
is
cool shit going on.
Yeah, like it wasn't like. I don't understand when people get this notion that it's just going to be like a llama and.
Here's why I can say that. The reason people say that because there's no, I wouldn't say reaction, but there's no positive reinforcement from any message that the school has other than word of mouth, which you'll have a lot of people that cite your word of mouth and the website and IG. It just shows the animals, but there's no reinforcement saying, hey, here's why you should come. I looked at the website, there's not one positive video. There's a lot of people that like it. There's no other social promo saying something positive about the school, which I feel like should be contained, which is a fight back to all.
Well, and that's a good point too, and I think that's something we talked about yesterday briefly, is the marketing. To that, I gotta say again, that's a money thing. Modern marketing, no matter what we say, no matter social media, it still costs money because you got to pay somebody to take the time to do that. And if you want really good, high quality images, video footage, you got to pay somebody that's really good at that something. So we have tried to do partnerships. We've tried to partner with people. Like I said, we got some people that now who do a lot of our advertisement and print just as a donation. We lost the budget we had a marketing director. She was really good. Couldn't afford to pay her anymore. We passed the budget where her job was written out of the budget. That's probably happened each year I was on the board. We've had to write out some position, most of them related to development and marketing. So we do need that. And we have talked about it. Of course, one of the first things I brought to the board when I came on as a member was, like I said, more modern and high quality images, because that is important. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and if we go to our Facebook page, it's almost an event posted in there. We have more events than I can even imagine. I can't even keep up.
I didn't know that because I thought it was like Zoo Brew,
I can't even keep
Ice Cream
up.
Safari, Zoo Brew. But when I went there,
it's something every month.
It's something every month.
Every month. It's something every month. And that's because that's how we survive. But it's very limited marketing. The people that do check for it are probably members already, people that like the zoo anyway. So how do you reach new people? Well, you got to make it look cool. Y'all know how we are. We ain't doing shit if we can't be cool. So we do need the more modern zoo with the Instagram, post where you got the tiger behind your head so you can be on your Snapchat and shit like that. We got to be able to do that.
Travis Griffin says, do you see this as a great move to put it in a more convenient location with better publicity road instead of back in nowhere. Now, I will say this before you say something. It's literally on two of the biggest streets in Jackson. It's on Capitol Street on one side,
And
it's on Woodrow
the
Wilson
most
on the
jacked
other.
up streets in Jackson.
And two of the most jacked up streets, yes.
Yeah.
But it is like when people say it's in the middle of nowhere, I kind of always been like, well, not really because it's on Capitol Street. Like that's your
No,
street
it's
that leads downtown.
and that's probably how it ended up where it is.
Yeah.
Because of that fact. I mean, and I try to stay away from the pothole conversation, the crime, and even in the board meeting. So that's what I hope. That's what I want people to know about me as a board member. I'm me. I've been to board meetings like this with my J's on, with my damn jeans on,
Yeah.
and it's me and a lot of white people.
Yeah.
we fortunately, since I've been on the board, the focus is to make the board younger and more diverse. We've been able to do that, you know, gender wise, race wise, age wise. But I challenge people with everything most people are challenging them with. We do need new stuff. We do need to not be talking about this as a race thing. We do need to avoid attacking the city because that's your partner. That's where you get your money from. You do want to also let them know though too. Damn city, we've been begging y'all for something. Not even if you just gonna give us more money. Tear down the house up the street. That ugly shit over there, get that out. Just tear it down. Nobody there. You know, run a bulldozer over, blow it up. Who cares? It's ugly.
I get my man Stone Cold over there. You get Stone Cold.
I mean,
you still cold?
shit, get Frank Melton over there. You know what I'm saying? He could have tore down some of them shits.
Pick him up, get them drunk worms about her.
Yeah, but not serious. In all seriousness, the point is like part of the study was this: most tourist attractions start a mile out from the attraction.
Yeah.
So you start seeing the signs, you start seeing the nicer stuff, you start seeing the, you know, restaurants, the businesses, the other stuff happening around it. So now it's kids like Disney World, anywhere, shit, Six Flags. You go to Atlanta and you probably pass in the hood somewhere, and then you get to Six Flags, then you in Buckhead.
Oh, the Titan Stadium in Nashville?
Right.
Bruh.
So
that's in the hood. Bro, that's in the hood.
But it look real sexy about a half a mile out. So, but the point is, even as busy as the streets are, they actually get worse within the mile of the zoo. So now it's like, oh shit, where's the zoo? And as soon as you leave, you got to get out. Which leads me to another issue where people keep saying, well, people just go there for zoo, bro. And those people, white people are the reason we're there.
Yeah.
They are our attendants. Unfortunately, I hate that. I love my people, but that's where most of our average attendance and membership comes from. I say average, that's where most of it comes from. It's about almost 90%. And most of that shit comes from outside of Hines County. So guess what's happening? Because you got this shit around it or nothing around it, they come to the zoo and they go spend the rest of that. When they go eat after the zoo, they go right back to Madison. When they leave, they do nothing else in Jackson because they so ready to get the hell out. And I would be too when the sun going down over there. I'm trying to get the hell out and to another part of Jackson. But the point is, if you move it somewhere here, like where it is, which is in Jackson, by the way, I promise y'all, LaFleur's Bluff is in Jackson. I know y'all hate to admit that shit, but it's in Jackson.
Has there been a study saying that
it's in Jackson?
Has there been like a marketing study saying like that would be the best location for it?
Well, that's really all the vote is about. What the board voted on is to commit to studying a new location.
And see, I think what happened was
that's all the vote is.
They're moving the zoo, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute,
we don't have no money,
to move
to do shit."
Because it costs like what, $70 million to move?
At least, probably. I mean, I think 50 is like we talk about phases.
Yeah,
50 gets the conversation seriously going, and you start talking about moving dirt.
Yeah, and y'all don't have $50 million.
We don't have shit.
Y'all don't have $50 million.
Nothing. So point is, you got to start thinking like that, man. And it's unfortunate that people keep saying that, it's don't blame it on people. There are some idiots who are gonna blame it on potholes and crime, but I, as a person, made sure that wasn't the focus of the board, and I made sure, at least to the extent I could, that wasn't the message to the people that we leaving because we scared. And I say that, I think the further proof of that is the fact that most of your attendance is white people with families that don't live in Jackson. So it's not just Uber when they come. The problem is that's the only people that regularly come, not us.
Well, I will make it my duty to come to an event every month. I'm going to get a membership on Ice Cream Safari Day.
We appreciate that too,
Yeah,
man.
because
Melvin showed a lot of love, y'all. Shout out to Melvin and
Yeah.
Chuck, and Venom, by the way, who won't say shit. Venom supports the zoo. He probably don't think it. He's not gonna tell y'all because it make him probably less cool. But Venom has always been a supporter of the zoo. They book him for every event, so y'all think this is a bunch of crazy old white people. Venom is the first name come up in a board meeting for who entertainment for these.
like,
events.
we gotta get
Venom.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck is Venom? I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean that guy?
Philip. But no, but Venom Chuck has donated so much time, man. And y'all know how much Chuck costs.
Yeah.
Chuck donated his time, services, so that's the type of stuff we need, man. We got to do that now today, because guess what? The zoo is still there, and the vote is literally to study a new site, which could include where it is.
Yeah. Just improvements upon where it is.
So, and any move, even if it were to happen, won't happen before 5 years. So the goal is to make sure we still got a zoo within them 5 years, no matter what we do.
So basically, what you're saying is keep this same energy.
Bring it to the zoo right now in West Jackson, where it is.
Let me ask you this. One thing a lot of people have been talking about is the park. That's right, the Livingston Park.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all use
Which is not the zoo. That's the city's property.
Why don't y'all use
or the county? I'm sorry, the county owns Livingston Park.
Okay, so Hines County owns Livingston Park.
That's not its own zoo property.
Yeah, but the county owns. What happened to the lake on the zoo? Like, why don't y'all use that anymore?
That's before my time, bro.
It ain't nothing in there. It ain't nothing in there.
I mean, black people don't like to swim in lakes.
Yeah. I mean, what we did, we were kind of forced.
I mean, I ain't gonna jump in the shit.
Yeah.
So here's my question: how much land left side?
Tell me where that is.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. So the question was, how much land to the left side of the? So this is like you saying going down Capitol.
No. Once you go, I ain't going down Little Creek. Going right.
Yeah.
You got the train and everything else.
Oh, how far does it go out? Probably right there. That street right there.
Are you talking about the neighborhood? Anything? The zoo. I mean, essentially, the zoo manages all the land within whatever you want to call the zoo property. Whatever looks like the zoo is the zoo. The city owns that piece of land, though, that the zoo sits in. That's the confusion too, which we probably don't have time to clear that up. But
we can.
The city.
What time we got?
They're gonna be sick of us, man.
Oh yeah, we got 10 minutes. So let's
Y'all
go.
not sick of the zoo yet?
No, I'm gonna tell you this. Every
I
time we got a homeboy in our group chat, and he like, y'all keep on talking about that damn zoo.
That's
and
what
I'm
I'm saying.
It's a lot of passionate people in the city.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to know about it, and I think that it's been a lot of. I think personally, this is me. I'm not endorsed by the zoo or anything like that because again,
We don't pay Melvin shit, y'all.
They don't pay me shit. On the flyer, it says this is not a promotion.
Venom might get a check. Y'all need to do a public records request.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people were going off of really outdated information.
Yeah.
And it just became kind of a thing to say, like, oh, okay. It's just like McDonald's having the broken ice cream.
Yeah, it's cool to say.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we do. We jump on the wagon. It's cool to talk about it. It's cool to dog it out. But if you have people that's saying that are people that's not going, so we really don't. You don't have to. In my opinion, we don't really cater to those people.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to respond to them obviously because it's now a public issue. But decision wise, those aren't people you really can consider or take seriously.
So the land situation. Oh, wait, and one thing, just a short answer. Who owns the animal?
The Zoological Society, which is not the city.
So you all own the animal.
The animals and all the property, everything. What the city owns is the land and the things attached to it.
But you all own the animals. You all got the red panthers.
That's us.
Yeah. Okay.
We taking all the pay. Y'all gonna evict us? We taking every. No, I'm joking.
All right. So this land situation. Just explain it. Oh yeah. Have y'all ever thought about like doing like revenue generation, like having beer there? And stuff?
Absolutely. We're looking for partnership. Lucky Town where y'all at. We can hook y'all up. Backyard Burger does a cafe now.
They do. I saw that when we were
Which
there.
is dope as shit. They work with Subaru too.
Yeah.
Backyard Burger stepped up. Yeah, we're looking for beer. I think, but that's probably gonna. Let me not say that. Y'all. I'm gonna get the board is gonna kick my ass for this show. I'm cursing.
Jamie
I'm telling you.
Like,
He'll be like, oh my
Jamie,
God.
He gonna be like, why
Jeffrey.
did you go on there and say that?
Hey, my term is up in October though, so it's cool. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're not even gonna be on board anymore?
I don't know. They might not want me on there after this.
I have
I'm down with it.
Are you the youngest person?
I was when I came on, and that's what I said. The focus. Well, the focus when I came on again was to get younger people. When I came on, it was me. The guy that brought me on was a white guy about a year younger than me. Yeah. He was vice president at the time, so me and him were the youngest people on the board when I came on. Now, I may be older than about half of the board, which I like. I'm 5.
Yeah.
30. I'm somewhere up there. But half the board is now my age or younger than me, which is why you got more of a progressive approach to it, you know. What was the question?
Oh, the land situation.
Oh, shit, yeah. Somebody trying to break in, y'all. Yeah. The land situation, city owns the land.
Okay, city owns the land.
City is essentially a landlord to what they call the Zoological Society, which is the board, the donors, the staff, you know, the people that actually maintain, operate the zoo. That's the society. That's owned by the society. So the zoo doesn't own, I say any animals. I think they own like maybe 5 animals that were left over from 85 when they turned the operation over to the society.
Those animals still alive?
I don't know. They probably did. Animals don't live as long as us, dude. Animals live 30 years.
Birds live a long time.
Yeah, we do got some old ass. We got some cartel birds. What I found out lately. Dude.
Really? Oh, they got them from like Colombia?
We had to like train these birds not to curse and shit. I mean, they were like dropping F-bombs apparently laughing. I walked by, they were like, ah. And they were like, we had to teach them not to curse. I mean, we literally got some birds that were like cartel birds. Just talk shit. But anyway, I'm sorry. That was way out of scope. What we talking about? Oh, land. Yeah. So the city owns the land. We own the animals. So, which is kind of that's what the hard part comes about when you talk about the city taking over the zoo, because essentially you're saying we're gonna evict you. Yeah. It's really an eviction. Yeah. Because there's no contract. It's a lease agreement.
Yeah.
Really, they keep saying contract. It's a piece of paper that you sign and agree to some shit, but it's a lease. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. We run this, we run that. Well, they can evict us. But what the hell is the city going? What we going? Stokes gonna walk up. He gonna walk the giraffes up the street. I mean, how we gonna get him out of there? You know, and the city can't afford to do that. You talk about the staff, about 40 people, benefits. I mean, that's some expensive shit. The city does not need to take that on. Yeah. They'd be crazy to take that on. I mean, we are a liability to the city. That's the part the city's not telling you. And that's what I was saying earlier about it's unfortunate the way they responded. First of all, the city has members on the board by the bylaws.
I did not know that.
They're supposed to have a member from each ward. I think this year we may have more ward representatives than they have since I've been on the board. But
how many people are on the board?
13.
Oh, it's
14.
It's like a large.
Oh, half of the board should be city ward appointees. Which the mayor gets to appoint those positions. I was elected. I had to be sought out, I guess, and elected by the board. The mayor gets to actually appoint a representative from each ward. For the past 3 years, honestly, I don't know that we've ever had every ward position filled.
Yeah.
But to say the city is uninformed, well, now that says, well, I put somebody here, I don't talk to them. They don't tell me what's going on the board, so we don't know shit. Well, you put them on the board.
Yeah.
Talk to them if you want to know what's going on with the zoo.
Is that an issue with this administration particularly?
That's been consistent since, that was, I think, each mayor gets to appoint their people. Yeah. And I think each term is 2 years. So either every 2 or 3 years you get to either keep your appointment or switch your appointment. But point is, they got that information. When we were in these meetings talking about moving, the mayor had representatives And I love them. Dr. Omari was there. I hate to call her out. I hope she don't kick my ass. Can they do something to me for saying that?
I mean, you didn't say anything.
But they had, and what she did, and she did an MPV interview the other day, which is good. They had Beth, our zoo director, and her on there actually. But they were in those meetings when we voted. And the vote to move or to study the move, not to move, but to study a move, was unanimous, which means including your city appointees.
So the people who making all this noise.
This wasn't me as the president, y'all. It's a whole board that got to vote on this. That was unanimous.
So we gonna say this: the people who have been rah-rah.
Yeah.
We gonna keep it. I'm not fucking going.
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street type.
Yeah.
They voted for the study.
The people on the board that represent the city voted for the study. It was unanimous. That's all I'm gonna say. For every person that was present in that meeting, which was just all but maybe one person, or not a city appointee, voted for that move. And the city was at every meeting before the vote. I say every. Let me not say that. At the most substantive meetings about the move or about the vote before the vote happened and during the vote.
Wow.
So I think the response is unfortunate. And again, I understand the councilman being upset about something happening in his ward because he responds to people. As a leader of a city, move from one part of your city to another part of your city. I think that's an unfortunate and probably not really well thought out response. And I love the mayor, man. I respect the shit out of Chokwe. I would never do his fucking job. But I hope it's not the same going forward. I think that's the only way you come to some kind of meaningful agreement, man.
All right, so I got one last question before we wrap it up. It's on. Oh, I'm on. I got one quick question before we go. You think we ever gonna get a Perfect King Award?
That, you know what? He left behind a lot of animals.
Yeah.
We got some of the smaller animals, a hedgehog, which is cool as shit. A couple chinchillas. Y'all don't kill the chinchillas and try to rock them.
Oh, y'all got chinchillas?
Cameron style. Y'all come out with the pink chinchillas and shit. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay. But no, we do. But we did. He left behind those type of animals. Some of them went to like wildlife, but I don't know if he'll ever have a memorial, man. That'll be something interesting. But he did leave behind some animals that we now care for and actually are a big part of our education program, zoo education. So no, he did. That's a big part of him. That's with the zoo now.
Okay, well, cool. So, Jeff, I want to thank you for coming on, man.
I appreciate y'all for having me, bro.
Just if people want to get into contact with you or anything else you got.
Don't call me about this zoo shit ever.
Don't. Listen, you breaking news. Choo.
Contact me. Hey, if you got some legal work, hit me up.
Shit ever.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear about the zoo shit at all.
Melvin got the only take, man. This,
Yeah. Thank you for giving me this interview.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
You ain't Titan.
Yeah, he's chilling right now because he in my arm.
For sure.
Yeah, But yeah, so this has been another episode of the Roguish Gent Livecast. Please share this. Please like this. Please make sure you let everybody know about this, what's going on. We try to inform the city. We have all kind of people on, famous rappers and stuff. We had Pale on one time.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm like a pale. I'm like a pale now.
You are Pale. It's like Pale, Jeff Gray.
That'll work. I'm cool with that.
Like right there. Let me see. But yeah, we have a lot of people making a lot of moves in the city. And we just want to thank y'all for watching us. Thank y'all for tuning in and everything like that. Ashley Keller said, great interview. And yes, we're going to call you about the zoo stuff.
Don't call me about no zoo shit. No zoo shit.
All right. But this has been another episode of the Roguish Gent Livecast. Thank y'all for watching. You can follow me on all social media at Thecka Jones, ThechaJones. Follow 242 Creative as well. Thank y'all for chilling. And thank y'all for watching. Shout out to my producer, E. Wright. Shout out to Offbeat.
Shout out to E. Wright.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Do you have a special event coming up? Want to promote your special event, occasion, or announcement more efficiently? Tired of wasting money on flyers that people just throw on the ground and you're left with extra? Well, say no more. We here at Digital Imprint Solutions have a solution to make advertising for your next event easy and less stressful. Our in-business display screens are guaranteed to get your message out to patrons while they are shopping, getting groomed, or just relaxing. High-quality displays and easy visibility make this possible to do, and it's now available to you at an affordable cost in multiple locations. The process is easy. Just log on to our website, fill out the form, and update with your payment information, and your special event will be rolled out within a few hours of approval. So try something different. Go digital. Visit our website and begin saving money on promotions today. www.digiimprintsolutions.com.
I'm the man responsible for the goal.
Whole thing blowed up, no luck, all us probably. Whole state know us, show love, favorites probably. Most days over, ain't on no buzz probably. Whole play ate up, fat bruh, they love probably. Probably. Hungry for that realness, you can feel it in your body. Probably. Journey through forever, man, it's all a party answer.
Oh man, I feel alive. Blessings come in disguise, right in front of my eyes. I've been chasing it for a while. I've been blending in with the crowd. Man, that just ain't my style. I've been walking around with my head down, trying to figure it out. You gave, and you switched up.
A lot of things have changed. Time has passed. People have grown. I've lost, then won, and lost again. Even in transition, I never forgot about the ones who never gave up on me. Even tried to carry the ones who did. I've grown as a result. Tired, hungry, lost focus, even doubted my vision. All it took was a reminder. And now we here. Still black.